Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, Internet. It's too low. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. That's called the Best Things Podcast. I forgot how we do intros because Aaron is freaking me out right now. I'm Craig. He's Aaron. Is it because of the eyes on the monitor? Is that
No. Although they still are kind of freaky, but...
welcome to the show, everybody. We're glad that you're here. Thanks for checking us out on audio, Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or your favorite app. What are you doing? What is going on? You look very cheesy right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a second to get where you were going.
Come on, man.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, today is all about the cheese, baby.
Not for the lactose intolerant.
I don't care about them. I'm kidding. I'm kidding before I get canceled.
Better take you a pill.
I
We want you to get gassy
I
or
feel
anything.
very sorry for those that are lactose intolerant and have a dairy allergy.
Yeah.
We had our life group, our small group, was this week, and one of the guys there, he was new to the group, and he's walking down the line with all the food, and he goes, "Does this have any dairy in it?" And I'm like, I mean, it was chicken wings, so no. And
I'm always using
he
dairy.
was like, well, I didn't know, sometimes it's in the brine or whatever like that. And I said, or in the breading. And he goes, I have a dairy allergy. And I'm like, oh man, I'm so sorry. Like, I would not want to live that life.
Not envious of you.
No, because cheese is incredible. Cheese is just great. And so we're talking about that today. All the things cheesy, food related. We're not going to get into cheesy jokes. We would never do that. Never. We're going to be straight laced. You're not going to hear anything cheesy out of our mouths today.
No cheesy movies.
No cheesy movies. We could do that too, though. If I had thought of that, I don't know if you thought of that ahead of time. I didn't think
of it ahead of time.
But we could have done that, I guess. But no, today we're talking about all the cheesy foods and some of the best that there are. At the end of every episode, we like to bracket those things out and figure out which thing is the best thing. So stick around for that. Don't skip ahead and find out ahead of time, or just wait a couple of weeks and hear it on TikTok.
No.
Listen to the full episode.
Yeah.
We're really funny sometimes.
Cheesy.
That kind of funny.
Would you believe that according to recent survey statistics,
Okay.
that this is from almost 9,000 consumers across 16 different countries.
Wow.
So this isn't just limited to the U.S.
This is very in-depth.
This is very scientific, okay? Approximately 62% of consumers said that they think cheese flavors add excitement to snacks.
I believe it. I mean, just go down the grocery aisle.
Across the globe, 77% of people said they love the taste of cheese.
Agree. There's really not a place on the planet that cheese is not. I guess Asia doesn't really do a lot with cheese. In their more traditional dishes, but they love their cheese snacks though. Like they'll do a lot of cheese stuff over there.
And from foodinstitute.com reporting on this survey, they said 61% of consumers globally said that the COVID-19 pandemic influenced them to want more comforting, nostalgic, savory, cheesy snacks.
Wow. That's surprising.
So the want for cheesy goodness is well up since 2020.
I can see that. I mean, mainly because people didn't care about their figure as much during COVID, so
they weren't going out.
Just pile it on. Yeah.
34% of the people said that cheese flavors make them happy. Does cheese and cheesy flavored things make you happy?
I do like cheese. It does make me happy. Are you a stinky cheese person? Do you like the stinky?
Okay, when you say stinky,
like the really like Limburg or blue.
Okay.
Like just.
So I am not a blue cheese guy.
See, I'm not either.
But I do like some funky cheeses.
Really?
Like a good super aged white cheddar, a super aged Parmigiano Reggiano where it's got some funk to it.
But is that going in a dish, or are you putting that on a cracker, or both?
Both.
Because I mean, I can get on board with a funky, like a really sharp or like a certain taste, if it's complemented with other within the dish and it's not overpowering. But I can't just put something like that on a cracker, or
like there is
too much.
There's like a 3-year aged white cheddar that I really like that is super pungent, and I like to have a slice or two of it, or shave off some of that, old Parmesan, and get that funk.
Yeah,
that's good. But the blue cheese, like molded cheeses,
yeah,
there's a little too much of a puke flavor there for me.
Exactly. Yeah,
to get into.
It's very. You may have heard on the internet from time to time that the U.S. has a massive cheese storage problem. We have stockpiled cheese, apparently.
No, I didn't know this.
You didn't know this? Apparently, for a long time now, we are not consuming enough cheese, that we are consuming less than we are producing, and there is this massive stockpile.
So we need to eat more cheese.
Apparently. Newsweek published this. It is going down just a little bit. The largest stockpile since January 2019 was documented in July 2022 and exceeded 1.521 billion pounds of cheese in storage.
What kind of cheese are we storing?
Just big old barrels or rounds and all that. Just I don't know, just cheese. Wheels of cheese. 2022, the average U.S. consumer ate about 41.8 pounds of cheese, according to market research analyst Statista. That translates to a 5+ pounds per capita consumption rate over the past decade.
You remember Giant Wheel of Cheese Day?
Yes, I do.
That should be a thing.
I agree with that.
I think every local government should start Giant Wheel of Cheese Day.
You want to explain it to the people if they don't know what we're talking about?
On the West Wing.
Yes, TV show on NBC in the early 2000s.
Early 2000s. I'm trying to remember how it even came about.
I think it was Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
Had, according to the show, I don't know if this is how accurate this is to history.
Let me just Google this.
But according to the show, I think it was Andrew Jackson had something they called the Giant Wheel of Cheese Day, or the Big Wheel of Cheese Day, where people could come to the White House because food scarcity or something like that, and they could just converse with public officials, and there was a giant wheel of cheese, and they could break them off a piece, right? Something like that.
This is from the White House Historical Association. Ooh. All right, so this is probably as official as it gets.
Seems like it.
A New York dairy farmer sent President Jackson a 1,400-pound wheel of cheese. And so he left it in the entrance hall of the White House to age for 2 years.
Wow.
And in 1837, the president invited the public to come and eat it. The cheese was gone in 2 hours.
Wow.
But the stain and smell in the entrance hall lasted for a long while.
I can imagine.
So 1,400 pounds of cheese gone in 2 hours.
My goodness.
So yes, I think that this is a great way. If you wanted to talk with your constituents, if you wanted to get a conversation
and
going,
that was the point in the show, is that it was a communal thing. People could come to you and come together.
Every local government, if you want the community to get involved in events, if you want them to show up for council meetings, have a giant wheel of cheese. We're having cheese tonight.
Yeah. Bring your crackers. Bring your macaroni.
There's going to be plenty of wine already.
That's I see what you did.
A little cheesy joke.
I need to add the button on here. I don't have that.
So yeah.
Okay.
Giant wheel of cheese.
I'm for it. I mean, that would get me there. You ready to get to dive in?
Oh, we haven't started yet, have we? We're still waiting. We can't do anything.
We can't do anything yet until we get this going.
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
All right. If you're a regular of the show, you know the drill. If you're not, then let me explain it very quickly. We're going to talk about things. And we're going to talk about those things for a little bit. And then at the end of the episode, we're going to put them into a bracket. Throughout the episode, we're going to hit that bell right there. And we add that to our list. We both get 4. we put those 4 against the other person's 4 until there can only be one. And that thing's the best thing. And it will go up against last week's best thing. Really simple idea for a show. And that's what we're left with. Okay. Aaron, give me your first thing.
Okay. Well, I found this little graphic. Apparently, you found the same graphic that I had. It's got several very well-known cheesy foods on it. And I was just going to kind of spitball with you here for a second on these cheesy foods. I was just trying to drag it over to that screen. I can't drag it to that screen.
Oh, here. I can, though.
Oh, can you?
It's connected to my computer. So
okay.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we do that? I want the viewers.
Yeah.
If you're listening to us, you can't see this.
That's true. This comes from, advantage YouTube audience. So you need to hop on the YouTubes at some point. If you're unfamiliar, we have a little screen on here now.
Yeah, we're fancy like that.
We're fancy like Applebee's.
And I was listening to that song last week. I hadn't heard it in a year, and I just had this hankering to hear that song. And so I listened to it several times.
I can't tell if you're serious or not. Okay,
I'm serious. I'm serious. Yeah.
This is the graphic. Yeah. So we have. Go ahead. You were going to spitball them off.
Yes.
That's a weird way to put that, but okay.
It is now that I'm thinking about it. Very much so. Okay. Let me ask you this question. Would you rather have cheese fries or nachos?
Nachos.
The way that they're presented. It can't be fancy nachos. I'm talking just classic chips with nacho cheese on them.
That makes
Ballpark
the decision
nachos.
harder, but I'm still choosing nachos.
You're still choosing the nachos? How come?
The texture. Cheese, fries.
They get soggy?
Fries get soggy.
Okay,
the
corn
chips are
chips
going to
get soggy
They're
too.
going to get soggy too, but you're good. But even the parts that were not touched by cheese will still be crunchy. At a certain point, the fries still get soggy, even if they don't touch cheese.
Let me ask you, if you were going to add chili to cheese fries or to nachos, does it change the
Yes,
the
I'm going
gamut?
fries at
You're
that
going
point.
chili cheese fries.
That's so weird, but yes.
Wow. I thought that's what you're going to do.
But if I'm adding like just ground beef or just,
Like taco meat?
yeah, then I'm going chips again.
What if you were adding pulled pork to this and going barbecue?
Ooh. I could go either at that point, but I'm probably going nacho.
Okay. All right.
What else are we adding to these? It's a fun game. I haven't had lunch yet, so I'm ready.
What else could you add to cheese fries that would be good?
To cheese fries, the Canadians have a little something called poutine. Now, that's not really cheese fries, but
It's
got cheese,
gravy fries with the cheese.
It's got cheese curds on it. Yes, I love cheese curds.
So
That's not on this list. We haven't got there yet.
We can't do that because we've got to start with this base of cheese sauce.
Yeah.
So what else could you put on a set of fries?
I mean, you could do a lot of things. Like you could add. A plethora of sauces. Like you could do a little barbecue sauce. You could do some Cholula on there. You could do some buffalo sauce. You could do some ranch. You could do, would you? I don't know. It's so weird. I would do ketchup with fries, but I don't know that I would do ketchup with cheese fries.
No,
that seems
you don't wanna do
weird.
that.
It's just one ingredient different, but it sounds weird.
Grilled cheese sandwich or the nachos?
I'm going grilled cheese.
And when I say grilled cheese, are we on the same page here that we're talking your classic American grilled cheese?
Yeah, because I'm adding that to the bracket.
Not like a fancy grilled cheese where you're putting, jams or onions or other things on the...
Okay.
Because I feel like we have at some point talked about this.
We have at some point
and
talked about this.
I think that you might get a little too excessive and turn a grilled cheese sandwich into something else. It's no longer it's the classic grilled cheese.
No, here's the debate we've had time and time again. The debate that you always bring up is it doesn't become a grilled cheese anymore.
Yeah, it's another sandwich.
It's not a grilled cheese if it has anything else on there.
It's a ham and cheese sandwich. It's a grilled ham and cheese.
I would disagree with that. I'm not going to go excessive, but if I add bacon into a grilled cheese, it's still a grilled cheese. It just has bacon in it. But you propose, I believe, that is no longer a grilled cheese?
I think that you are now into another territory.
I think just a melt?
Yeah, I think a grilled cheese sandwich is just cheese.
It's just cheese.
Yep.
Okay, let's spend some time on grilled cheese because I'm going to put it number 2 right now.
Whoa.
I've added that to number 2.
Going high on grilled cheese. I really don't. I don't think about grilled cheese sandwiches
Really?
that much.
We, especially in the winter months, we'll do a grilled cheese about every other week or so.
Are you pairing it with anything?
It's usually with a tomato soup.
Now, I have an important question to ask.
Okay.
When you eat grilled cheese and soup,
Yes, I dunk it. I knew where you were going with it. Look, we're dunkers, man. You are the oddball out. Please,
No.
Are you dunking things? Do you dunk foods? Do you dunk your grilled cheese and tomato soup?
Not dunking foods is fine. Dunking French fries into ketchup is acceptable. Dunking a chip into cheese is fine. Dumping
Why
a
is
grilled
it-
cheese
why is
sandwich
it different?
into a soggy bowl of soup.
Okay, what is the difference in dunking a chip into a dip and then dunking grilled cheese in tomato soup, or an Oreo into milk, or fries into Frosty? Why are those things so abhorrently
acceptable.
disgusting? But dipping chips into cheese
Salsa.
is fine. Dipping a fry into ranch is okay. Why? Where's the line? And
That's the line.
Why the line?
Dipping fries into sauces is acceptable. Is that hard?
Ice cream's a sauce.
No, it's not.
Your Frosty, your soup. Okay. Last night. Okay, is this acceptable?
Okay.
Last night we had Wendy's. I had fries. Lauren had chili. I dipped my fries in her chili.
Ooh, I love doing that.
Okay, why is that okay?
We just talked about chili cheese fries.
Okay, but why is grilled cheese and tomato soup is iconic combination?
Yeah, I love grilled cheese with. I'm not a big tomato soup fan, but I eat it. I understand.
So why
it's iconic.
is just taking that
just
one
eat the
little
sandwich?
dip? It's basically ketchup. Would you dip a grilled cheese in ketchup?
No, that's weird. I wouldn't dip a grilled cheese in anything. Why would you dip a grilled cheese? Why do you feel the need to dip this? Certain
It
foods
adds flavor to it. It adds a little something to it. I'm not doing it for every bite. But every once in a while, I want to take a little dip.
certain foods are dippable foods.
Yeah, okay, look, can I ask you another question? We're getting into this, y'all. If, say the grilled cheese is to the side, you don't have grilled cheese with your soup,
Okay, just a bowl of soup now.
but you got some bread. You got grilled bread.
Yeah.
Are you dipping that bread in your soup? If you get to the bottom of the bowl, are you taking some bread and sopping up?
Yes. I will do that. It's
But not with
hang on.
cheese on it. That's the only difference. It's got a thin layer of cheese. That's the
I'm
only
not-
difference.
It's a sandwich. Are you eating any other kind of sandwich? You know what? I should take this sub sandwich and dunk it into something.
If I do vegetable soup, beef and vegetable soup, and a sandwich with ham or something like that,
You're dipping?
I'm dipping that too. Soup and sandwich. I'm always dipping the sandwich in the soup.
Because here's the thing.
Are you dipping?
You go to certain restaurants and they may serve you a loaf of bread. You go to some Italian places and they'll put the olive oil and the balsamic vinegar and spices.
Right.
And you because that's how the dish is intended to be served. And it's a slice of bread. That is the complement to it. You're not eating. Now, if I had a sandwich, I'm not taking my sandwich and dunking it.
Do you dip a French dip in au jus?
I will usually take the.
We just broke Aaron.
No.
His brain's glitching right now. He's like, hold on, I don't know what to do.
I take the roast beef and dunk it into the jus and put it onto the bread.
So you're not dipping the bread at all in that.
Not typically.
But
I have.
Is it okay?
Yes, it is okay.
So what's the difference?
Because it is a French dip sandwich. It's okay
It's
to
a grilled
dip that.
cheese and tomato soup. That's what you do. It's like part of it. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing at all. And I know the people hear me and are with me on this.
They are not with you. This is the rare time they're on Team Craig. I promise you.
Maybe.
But let's talk about grilled cheese.
Yeah, what were you going to say about grilled cheese?
I don't even know what I was going to say, but I know what I want to say. Okay, you have all the ingredients in front of you. Talk me through your grilled cheese creation process from building to eating. What are you doing in there? Because everybody does a little bit different, and I think there is a pretty dang close specific way that it should be done.
I mean, I'm eating bread and cheese.
Come on, there's more to it than that. Yeah, that's the basic way, sure. But like, there's stuff. There's like, are you putting butter? Are you using mayonnaise? Are you using oil?
I'm with you. So I have used butter and mayonnaise both. I think the bread browns better with mayonnaise.
True.
I think the flavor is better with butter.
True.
I don't know if I have a favorite between the two.
Are you toasting both sides of the bread?
No.
You're not?
It's typically just the outside.
See, I typically will toast, then flip,
Put the cheese on the...
and then toast again with the cheese on it.
I mean, I could see that. I guess it's usually just extra time.
It's true.
Takes longer. Do you feel like it really adds anything to the end product?
Not a ton, no. I just like the calories. That extra little bit.
I'm going to put American cheese.
You got to have a little American in there, yeah, for the meltingness.
And then I usually like to add a cheddar, something that's got a little more flavor to it. I like a pepper jack on there.
Mm-hmm.
A Swiss cheese for if you wanted a little, funk and character to your cheese sandwich.
We typically have Colby Jack in the house.
That's a good one. It's a good melty.
Provolone's good.
I like provolone.
A smoked Gouda.
Gouda, yep.
It's very good as well. But you're not adding anything. How much cheese? What's your ratio? Like, do you want a lot of cheese? Do you just want a little bit of cheese? How many slices you putting on there?
I'm putting probably 2 slices of American and a sprinkling of some other kind of cheese on it.
Yeah. And I would say, this is just my little personal pro tip. I'm not a chef by any means, but your American cheese, put that close to the bread so it melts.
Yeah. I have done this. I don't know if I approve of it really, but I have done it. You take a little smattering of, some Grey Poupon mustard, a little Dijon. I think because a grilled cheese can be a very rich, heavy tasting sandwich with not a ton of flavor. Just a little smear of Dijon can bring some brightness and acidity to a sandwich.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, anything that would get, because that otherwise it can be very heavy. It can be very
just sort of one note.
Yeah, one note. But if you can lighten it up a little bit, if you can brighten it up a little bit, then that's always a win. Okay, we've had this discussion before, I know, but how deeply are you toasting your bread? Like, do you want it dark? Do you want it like lightly toasted? What's your preference there? Or do you even have one?
I want my toast somewhere in this range.
Okay.
Anything from here back is too...
The people online, nobody else can see this but us.
They can't.
But you can get an idea. Give us a crayon color.
Oh boy. Well, this is going to be more than blonde on your toaster setting. This has got to be in the
You're talking brunette?
Yeah, I would say it's brunette. It doesn't need to be black. It doesn't need to be dark brown. Sort of in that color. I don't know, my hair color, as everybody can see with my hat on.
I am more on your graphic a 3 there.
Up here?
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting any meltage if this is all the toasting that you're doing, though.
You had a little bit of steam in there. You put a lid on it, you steam it up that way. But those that graphic doesn't show like what it looks like. That doesn't have a good Maillard reaction. That's just straight up, that's just straight up bread.
Yeah, it's toast.
So if you go a 3, for me, if I go a 3, it's probably a little darker.
I think 5 is probably what I would say.
Toss that over here to my laptop. We're going to show the people, because I think this is an important discussion to have. I'm going to be honest with you. We're spending way more time on grilled cheese than I thought we would, but I'm not mad at it.
Well, I mean, we're only going to have 8 things here that have cheese in them. Grilled cheeses are definitely a very iconic.
It's true. So this
Cheese
is what we're
forward
looking at
dish.
here. You can see it right there.
Yeah.
Aaron's saying this right here.
Yeah,
right?
I'm saying right in the middle is
Right in the
probably the perfect spot.
I'm probably leaning a little bit closer to that. Although I could get to there though, but I don't like it too dark. Personally,
I have a couple of friends that are the bottom 2. They're over here with
Are you
it.
serious?
Yeah. And that's insane.
You're tasting the burnt.
You're tasting the burn.
Now I will often accidentally do down here.
Everybody's done it.
Because when you're doing a grilled cheese, you want it to melt, and so if your temperature is wrong on your oven, then you can accidentally get to that point.
Here's another good one. I wish I should send you. This shows you baking sheets versus skillets versus panini presses. Let me tell you, I'm not a panini press guy.
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't even own one anymore.
I don't know I guess I've never heard of doing grilled cheese on a baking sheet. I guess if you were doing multiple, you could,
Makes sense.
hammer them out.
Would you bake it or broil it? Would you toss it under a broiler for a little bit? Maybe flip it?
I would preheat the pan
Yeah. That way you
and
can
then
get
throw
both
the
sides.
butter on there.
Big question I have is, Aaron, which way do you cut the thing?
It's got to be that.
It has to
It's
be,
got to
right?
be the diagonal cut.
You're a sociopath if you're doing it this way.
Yep.
I mean, who's doing that?
I don't know. This is something like I would expect.
We're talking about diagonal. Sorry, I forget about audio listeners.
The audio
we
listeners
have the TV
are
now.
out
We're,
of here.
we're talking diagonal or straight down the middle.
That is
Diagonal
there we
is
go.
the right way to do it.
This looks like something that Gordon Ramsay's grilled cheese sandwich would be made
The
of.
diagonal?
No.
Oh. The hamburger.
Yeah. He did a terrible grilled cheese sandwich and has been made fun of.
He has been roasted on that.
Over and over again.
You want to know why this is the diagonal is the better way to go? Because it's perfect for dipping. You just
You
dip
telling
that,
me you can't dip the other?
no, there's too much surface there. You dip that little corner in your soup. That's the winner right there.
Now let me ask you
why
this
it's the
because
winner.
I think this is also important. I typically probably don't cut my grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, really? I always tend to cut sandwiches. I don't know why.
All sandwiches?
They taste better when they're cut. If it's on bread like this, your typical white bread. Now, if it's on like a big roll or something like that,
yeah, right.
I mean, I'm not doing a hoagie that way, but
So then how do you eat your grilled cheese sandwich?
what do using my mouth. I'm not sure how else to answer that. I'm cutting it in half. Now, if I've got
Where are you biting that sandwich at?
I am biting it right there in the corner, like right there. That's the first.
And
bite.
how are you working your way through the sandwich? That's what I want to know. How are you eating the sandwich? In what manner?
Well, I really do need to get the
we do.
illustrator. I'm starting right here.
Yep.
Then I'm going to hit that one,
So you're going corner to corner.
corner to corner.
Yep.
Then I'm going to go along this ridge right here, all the way down to there.
Okay. I think you're eating your sandwich wrong.
How should I be eating it?
And this is why most of the time I don't cut mine.
I typically just black out while I'm eating the sandwich. I'm not really thinking much about it.
So shove that sandwich on the bottom together.
Okay.
Now we just got a whole
so no
sandwich.
cut.
No cut. Yep. Eat the crust first, because in your method of doing it, you're finishing the sandwich on the crust,
Okay.
where there is also typically less cheese coverage.
That's true.
I like to eat from the outside in and finish with that. I like to save a middle bite.
But see, you are not dipping. Me, those last bites get dipped in the soup, so
With
it
soggy
gives
bread.
you the texture. Not soggy. You're not leaving it in there long enough to get soggy.
It's okay.
It's dip.
It's wet bread.
It's dip and in. I still get the texture and everything of the bread.
Okay.
It's just got that extra little. It's like buffalo wings. You toss it in the sauce and still got some crunch in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that just for grilled
We'll
cheese, though.
never get him on my side or America's side.
I'm not doing that with just grilled cheese, though. I'm eating every sandwich.
Every sandwich that way.
I want to leave the center of the sandwich to the end.
But isn't that cumbersome?
I don't want to end on crust.
Is it cumbersome to do it that way?
No.
I'm not opposed to it.
I'll work across the top. I'll work down the side. It's always methodical,
Okay.
because I think that's where win best is in the center.
Well, let's go back to our list here then. What's the next matchup? Since you're giving matchups here.
Okay. What have we talked about?
Neither one of us took nachos.
No, I really kind of thought that you might. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about mozzarella sticks or cheesy bread.
Oh. Mozz sticks or cheesy bread? Where's it at? I was trying to do it. No, look. I'm tempted to hit this, but I think there's something else I'd rather take instead of mozzarella sticks. But I think they're a worthy food to be on this list. But in just that matchup, mozzarella sticks or cheesy bread, I'm taking mozzarella sticks.
I think that mozzarella sticks, I feel like, are sort of in two categories. I don't really think there's a lot of middle ground on mozzarella sticks.
They're either good or not.
I think you have really good mozzarella sticks, and I think there are really bad mozzarella sticks.
I don't disagree with that. They also don't have a very long shelf life. Like, you got to eat them quick.
As soon as they come out of whatever method of heating them you have chosen, they need to be consumed while the innards are still near the surface of the sun kind of heat.
The innards. I mean, I agree. They still need to be melty.
Molten.
The minute they get hard, you're just eating cold fried stuff on a cheese stick.
Yes, and that's not good.
It's not nearly as good, no. I mean, I've still eaten them.
And I think it's hard at home to take a frozen cheese stick, and unless you're actually gonna fry that bad boy, I think it's hard, like a baked cheese stick.
I get what you're saying.
If you're just throwing them in the oven,
yeah,
I just feel that texture sort of gritty and sandy. It's just not a pleasant mozzarella eating experience.
Do you prefer like a battered, like a beer batter mozzarella stick, like Arby's has that kind, or like the crusty, panko-y, textured kind of mozzarella stick like Sonic? Do you have a preference?
I don't guess I do. If they're hot and melty, they're both good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, but I think I tend to enjoy the battered ones a little bit more.
Now, let's say cheesy bread, and it's showing there. Is there really a lot of difference in cheesy bread and cheese pizza other than it just doesn't have sauce on it?
According to that, no, absolutely not. Like, this graphic here that we're looking at is basically a cheese pizza.
That's a cheese pizza.
That's a cheese pizza. That's what I didn't even read it, and I just thought that was a cheese pizza. Now, you get into like a Texas toast.
Okay.
That's a little bit different. Just because the dough's different. And this dough may be different, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks just like it has a small little crust, and it's got a lot of cheese and stuff on top of it.
Is that something that you would ever order if you went to a pizza place? Do you ever order the cheese sticks?
So we do get cheese sticks. Lauren loves the cheese sticks. I like the cheese sticks too. It depends on what else we're getting. Like, if I'm getting wings, then yeah, we'll get cheese bread. But if you're getting a pizza and then cheese bread on top of it, you're just kind of getting the same thing, especially from a pizza place.
I feel more so that way about breadsticks.
Absolutely.
I've always
why are you getting breadsticks at a pizza place?
And I have some friends that when they eat their pizza, they leave the crust behind, but they will order
Are you serious?
breadsticks. And it has driven me insane. I'm like,
is it a texture thing? Is it because it's softer?
I don't know.
Because I mean, I guess I can get that, but I don't know why you're ordering both.
They're leaving the bones of the pizza behind, and I'm generally not a fan of doing that. I think that the entire slice of pizza should be eaten.
I agree. If it's a good pizza, the crust is good.
Yeah. Now, I've had some bad pizza crust where I'm going to leave that one behind.
Right.
But
Totino's, anybody?
Typically speaking, I think the crust should be consumed as well.
The big question I have when it comes to this, and this goes for mozzarella sticks also, what are you dipping it in? You got your marinara, you got ranch. Are there something else?
Well, for mozzarella sticks, I think that's it. On the cheesy bread, I think that you could have a garlic butter that you dip in.
The Papa John's garlic butter is really good.
Yeah.
Which apparently the hack is you get like the liquid butter parquet stuff.
Yeah.
And just add garlic powder to that.
Okay.
Apparently that's it.
I have seen Erica multiple times take a mozzarella stick and dip it in buffalo sauce.
I'm not mad at that.
I've tried it. It's not terrible.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I could do a mozzarella. This is going to sound strange, maybe. Mozzarella stick and mustard.
That does sound strange.
But think it through. I don't know that it would be that bad. I've done it before. I don't
know if
I don't do it
that
often. Go ahead.
You finish up there.
I was just going to ask, have you ever had different crusted mozzarella sticks?
Like in Doritos or Cheetos or something like that? No, I've seen it done, and it feels unnecessary.
It's really good, though. I did Cheetos one time, and it was very good.
Did Burger King have a Cheetos?
Burger King had the mac and Cheetos.
That's what it was.
Macaroni and cheese, which we'll get to in a little bit. Frozen mac and cheese logs, basically battered and deep fried in Cheeto dust.
I wanted to ask on the cheesy bread. Do you ever order cheese pizza?
I don't personally. Now, I did student ministry for a long time. That was always a staple. You had to have a couple of things of cheese pizza, which is basically cheese bread.
Don't you find cheese pizza to just be sort of what am I trying to
boring?
Boring.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know why we're doing that. And I have a beef with the kids and the parents who are like, you know what? They're just going to eat cheese pizza.
Well, and my question is, why are you doing it? Are you worried about the extra calories? Do you have a picky eater?
The ones that I know, it's because they're picky. I don't know anybody who's been like, I'm eating cheese pizza for my health.
I mean, yeah, what's the point? All right. 50 extra calories of those pepperonis, I don't know. If it's, okay, now let me back up. I'm not going to do that. I'm not probably going to do it anywhere, but I definitely don't want to do it at a Papa John's or a Pizza Hut, something like that. Now, if you take me to a nice pizzeria, where I know it's good quality pizza, and they say, hey, our cheese pizza is really good because it's different cheeses. It's got some kind of unique sauce to go with it or something like that. I can get on board with that. What about like a white pizza? Because those tend to lean like an Alfredo sauce or some kind of other cheese to go with that as well.
Yeah, those aren't bad. There's a place in our area, Roper's, that has a cheese pizza that I tried a couple of years ago because some of the people we were eating with, one of them was picky and they ordered the cheese pizza. So I went ahead and tried a slice because they were talking about how good it was. And I'll say it's probably the best cheese pizza I've had. It had so much cheese flavor, different types of cheeses that were on it. If I was going to eat a cheese pizza, it would have to be that. But when I think of cheesy foods, pizza definitely pops into my mind.
That's true. Yeah.
And I'm going to take pizza.
That's a good call.
Because I think the move is ordering extra cheese on the pizza.
Agree.
And if I were president, it's an election year. So if you
write in Aaron,
if you feel like you can write me in,
you don't get to dip things if you write in Aaron.
There will be no executive orders saying that you can't dip. But I would say we're going to mandate that pizza places just automatically give you extra cheese without that ridiculous upcharge for doing it. Because I think some places have got to where they even skimp on the regular cheese.
Hey, that's true.
To force you to order the extra cheese option.
So I mentioned we went to Wendy's. We had Wendy's last night. And I was going through on the app and I was ordering and I looked at Lauren and I said, hey, do you want cheese on your chili? And she goes, yes, wait, does it cost extra? It was the only thing on that chili that cost extra. And it was like 65 cents, almost $1 for just a little bit of cheese.
Yep.
Because they know Americans love cheese.
Yes, they do.
We will pay extra to get that cheese.
Yes, we will.
Where do you want your pizza?
Ooh, boy. It's not just strictly straight cheese.
No.
So I don't feel like, as much as I love pizza, I don't think it's a 1 seed.
Really? You want a 2?
I'm going to put pizza
You also
number
has a 3?
3.
Okay, wow.
Like a 3 cheese pizza.
This is not a pizza episode, but we're on the topic. How much sauce do you like on a pizza? Because to me, when it comes to a cheesy pizza, that plays a factor. Because I feel like I personally am a little light sauce.
Yeah, you're a light
person
sauce guy.
because I taste more cheese that way.
I guess I could see that. I think for me, it depends on the kind of pizza it is. But a lot of times, like if I'm going to have a supreme pizza, I like having some extra sauce on it, either on the pizza or on the side to dunk in.
Because there's a difference between pizza sauce and marinara sauce.
Do you think that the pizza places that we order from are really differentiating between their pizza sauce and their marinara sauce?
I don't know. They should, but I don't know that they are.
What would you say the difference between pizza sauce and marinara sauce is?
I think pizza sauce is just more intentional. It's probably got more oregano and stuff like that in it. I think the mozzarella sauce, the marinara sauce is probably a little lighter on the seasoning. That's just what I've always experienced at good places that I know.
I know that there's supposed to be a difference between the two. I just don't know if there really is. But I like the extra sauce, especially if I can kind of work that sauce up toward the crust. Then I feel like I have sauce to go with the crust when I'm done.
Yeah.
If it's a thin crust pizza, though, more sauce makes it floppier and harder to eat. So it just depends.
I thought I could just do it the pencil. We got to talk about this one, and I'm putting it on there. Mac and cheese.
Yes.
I'm taking mac and cheese number... Man, it feels wrong to put it at number 3. But
it does feel wrong. Like you shouldn't be able to take mac and cheese if you're going to put it at number 3.
Would you put it in number 1?
I'd put it number 1.
I'm going to get... I don't know that you're going to take my other thing at number 1.
Because we are talking about cheesy foods.
I'm going to let you take it at number 1 then if you want it.
Okay, yeah. Put it number 1 for me then. Because I think it is the quintessential cheesy food. And it's something that Americans love. And this is one you can go from basic. I have no problems with this. You little kids, give them that box nuclear orange Kraft macaroni and cheese. If you want to be a little more sophisticated, a tad bit healthier, get Annie's organic. It's
not as good.
Is it not?
It's not as good.
Okay.
No.
I don't think I've ever had it.
It's not as good.
I thought Spork said it was better.
Well,
I thought Rhett and Link liked it better. Maybe
those LA people.
It could be. It could be.
I don't know. I didn't. I thought the Annie's, at least that I had, maybe it was prepared wrong. I only had it one time, and it felt grainy to me.
Oh,
it was not as good.
I don't like a grainy mac and cheese.
No.
But it can be basic for little kids. This is something. Every kid likes macaroni and cheese. Then you get a little fancier, and you get hot dog and macaroni and cheese. Yeah. And this is something that, as you get older, this isn't a food that you age out of.
No, you don't up your game.
You add to it. You try different noodle shapes.
Elevate.
You get different cheeses,
you
different
start baking
sauces.
It.
Yes.
Add toppings.
Oh yeah.
Some panko and crunch onto it. Yeah.
I think that this is one of those staples. It's a classic Southern dish.
Yeah.
And I think other.
I'm wishing I would have taken it now. You've convinced me.
This is cheesy food. If you want something cheesy, if you want heart-stopping caloric dish,
absolutely,
you make mac and cheese.
Ideal noodle. What's the ideal noodle?
Oh man, I think it depends on the kind of mac and cheese you're making.
I think I'm a shells guy. I think shells, when you're talking just your typical mac and cheese, it's hard to beat.
So
that.
if I would just go in with a basic saucy Kraft style mac and cheese, then I like shells better than elbows.
Yes.
If I'm getting a little bit fancier, I love a cavatappi sort of spiral noodle.
Yeah.
I feel like it traps some of those cheeses and that sauce in there better as if it's going to be baked.
Yeah.
And then you can turn mac and cheese into full-blown meals.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like brisket mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Lobster mac and cheese.
Oh man, it's so good. Add bacon into it. Put it really any meat, right? Like you can put chicken in there. You can put beef in there.
There's buffalo chicken mac and cheeses that I've seen.
It's fantastic.
I've seen Italian mac and cheeses. Mm-hmm. To me, mac and cheese is the cheese food.
And it doesn't matter. I don't know that I've had a bad mac and cheese. I mean, I guess you can, if you start to get away and try to be healthy with it.
Yeah.
Start substituting stuff. But if you're making a real mac and cheese, I don't, it's hard to go. Let's just put it this way. It's really hard to mess it up.
So Erica told me that I made some of the worst mac and cheese that she's ever had a couple of months ago. I was trying a new recipe by somebody. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was kind of decent. And then when we ate it leftover the next day, I thought it got better the second day. And typically mac and cheese isn't one of those great leftover dishes. This one, when it was reheated, I thought it was wonderful. But she was like, "Oh, this is the worst mac and cheese I've ever had." I was pretty insulted by it, and I feel like it was an insult to the creator of the dish that I used, and it's somebody that I really like and respect. So I'm not going to call them out for it because I thought their mac and cheese was good. Erica told me it tasted, because this was a baked Southern style mac and cheese, and it used basically a custard. So there was eggs and cream and stuff like that in it. And she said that she thought that when we ate it and sliced into it, that the filling reminded her of the texture of scrambled eggs.
Ooh.
After she said that, I could kind of see what she was saying.
Soft scrambled texture?
Yeah, yes. I could kind of understand what she was saying. That was not my first thought. And so it kind of bothered me for a little while, but then after I got that out of my mind, I was like, no, this is good tasty mac and cheese. She didn't like it. I think that fast food places,
they've stepped up their game.
A lot of people don't make mac and cheese as good as Chick-fil-A does.
Yeah, they're really good.
Popeyes is trying to get into the mac and cheese.
They're better than they used to be.
Yeah,
every place is better than they used to be, but they're trying to catch up to Chick-fil-A because when they debuted their mac, and Chick-fil-A does not add new things to the menu very often.
No,
but they brought out their mac and cheese and they came to play because it tastes like grandma made it.
Yeah,
because it's baked. It's got the cheese on top.
Erica is more of a saucy mac and cheese girl. She's not a big baked mac and cheese.
I lean saucy as well.
I mean, I like mac and cheese.
Right.
I'm not going to turn one down over the other.
Absolutely not.
There is a saucy mac and cheese recipe that we use quite a bit from Brian Lagerstrom. We mentioned him recently on a podcast, and it's an incredible mac and cheese recipe, and he stole some of his ideas, I'm pretty sure, from J. Kenji Lopez Alt. I saw him use some moves that Lagerstrom took from a couple years ago. But it's way better. We don't ever buy boxed mac and cheese anymore. It's just so simple to make at home.
It is. It's really easy.
And it takes, I don't know, start to finish, under 20 minutes to have it done.
It takes mere minutes longer than the box stuff does. It's
and
so
using
negligible.
Real fresh shredded cheese versus the bag of nuclear orange powder.
Right, yeah.
It's just, it's not even the same. But recently, I forget where it was, but somebody had made a box of Kraft macaroni. I was like, I haven't tasted that in a while. I was like, oh man, this is nostalgic.
Yeah,
Takes you back.
It's still good.
Nothing wrong with it. So when I think of cheese, food, it's mac and cheese.
Okay, let's get into some other stuff too. I want to talk about, I'm going to go ahead and mention the one I wanted to have number one, but you've convinced me now that it may not be the number one, but I want to talk about cheese curds.
Okay. Oh, I've got something to say.
Uh-oh. I love cheese curds. Cheese curds to me have replaced mozzarella sticks. Now, I still love a mozzarella stick, but a cheese curd for some reason it just hits different. It's just better. I don't know if it's the ratio. I don't know if it's just the cheese itself, but cheese curds, I will order them anytime I see them. If I go to a restaurant and they have it on the menu, I'm going to get them. I'm going to try them at least. They're deep fried. They're cheesy. They got a little squeak to them. Cheese curds are just fantastic. I'm a fan of them. It's when I think about a fried cheese dish, this takes the cake for me. He's looking something up. I don't know what he's looking up.
Let's see. Well, I didn't get it in the picture. Last weekend we went to Culver's.
Okay, yeah.
It's Wisconsin-based fast food restaurant, very popular in the Midwest, creeping down this way. I know they've got one down in Navarre in Florida, but you don't see them a lot in the South. They are known for their cheese curds. Now, I'll give this a caveat by telling you that I have a friend from Wisconsin who lived down this way that told me that outside of Wisconsin, he feels like Culver's is way better in Wisconsin than it is anywhere else.
It's Whataburger's better in Texas. Slim Chickens is better in Arkansas. Can we say that yet?
Well, yeah.
Are they big enough to say that yet?
So I went last week for the first time. There's cheese curds in that bag. I didn't get them turned toward the camera, apparently. And they were not very good.
Really?
I was really let down. A&W has a good cheese curd. Dairy Queen has a decent cheese curd.
Freddy's has good cheese curds.
Freddy's has a good cheese curd. I would take any of those cheese curds ahead of Culver's, who's supposed to be the cheese curd people. They were just not good.
How are they not good? It's really hard to mess up a cheese curd.
It's hard to mess up a cheese curd. I don't know. They were using white and yellow cheese curds, so it was a mix, which I kind of liked.
Yeah.
But there was no meltage whatsoever on the cheese curds.
Okay. Maybe they had their oil too hot then.
I don't know. Again, it's the only time I've been to Culver's. It was in Branson, Missouri, so if there's any truth to the thing of outside of Wisconsin, it's not as good. I would say Culver's needs to step their game up then, figure out why their stuff's not as good outside of Wisconsin, figure that out. Because based on, in fact, all the food that we had at Culver's, outside of their onion rings, the onion rings were phenomenal. Everything else, I was like, I wouldn't ever come back and order.
Really?
The custard was fantastic.
Yeah.
Custard and onion rings were good. Everything else,
interesting.
We were just, yeah. So I was really like, I tell you, like, oh, we got to get cheese curds here. These are the cheese curd people.
Yeah.
Big letdown. But yes, I do agree with you that cheese curds are the better move to mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. What else you got? I got a couple others here. We got some space to fill though in the bracket.
Did you put cheese curds on there?
I did.
I would like to take.
The suspense.
It is
killing us.
Part of me is worried that you may take if I leave this.
Okay. I have 2 spaces left. You have 2 spaces left. I know what one of mine is going to be. My other one is debatable.
Did I hit the button?
You did hit the button.
I did hit the button. Okay, what I want to do then is I want to take a category of food.
Okay. I'll allow it. Cheese is, yeah.
Okay. I want to take dips.
Okay.
Cheese dips.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good call. I didn't even get there. I didn't get there mentally yet.
Because
that's a really, man, I wish I would have put that now at number 1. That's a really good category.
And I'll take it number 2.
Okay. Yeah, because you got like your white cheese queso, you've got your Rotel Velveeta, you've got nacho cheese, fondue would be in that category.
And one of my favorite cheese-based dips is a spinach artichoke dip.
Yes. That's also true.
And then I'm going blank on the name of it. You talk for a second about cheese dip while I know what I'm looking for.
We can say that cheese dip created and invented here in the great state of Arkansas.
Now, we didn't say queso.
No, we didn't.
We didn't say Rotel. We said cheese dip.
We said cheese dip. I don't know if it was Chiquito or not, but
they claim it, don't they?
They do claim it. Cheese dip historian traced the dish to Mexico Chiquito restaurant in Little Rock in 1935, according to the Encyclopedia of Arkansas. Other experts claim cheese dip was invented at Hot Springs. Some claim Texas. Surprised that Texas is claiming something.
They're trying to claim everything.
But the World Cheese Dip Championship is held right here in the great state of Arkansas.
Yeah,
so
it is.
we can lay claim to that.
And Mexico Chiquito has a freaking good cheese dip.
It is a really, really good cheese dip.
It's a good cheese dip.
Yeah. So it started here. Cheese dip. If you like cheese dip, you're welcome, America.
This is what I was going to say is queso fundido, which you take like this big block of melting cheese. It can be Chihuahua. It can be Oaxaca. It could be even Monterey Jack if you can't get one. But then you're going to add some chorizo to it and some different stuff. And it's not like a runny dip. This one's got some... it's just melted cheese with this stuff.
Some heft.
Yeah, it's got heft. So you need a solid chip to dip this.
The beautiful thing about cheese dips also is that you can dip anything in it. Like bread,
vegetables,
tortilla chips, potato chips,
tortillas.
Yes. All of it goes.
I mean, yeah.
Anything can go in a cheese dip.
So cheese dips, just across the board.
That's a good call.
Are amazing.
Yeah.
And it's not a party. If you're having a party
that's true.
And some sort of cheese-based dip is not on there, something went wrong somewhere.
Absolutely.
Somebody today they were telling me what they were having for their Super Bowl party, and they're doing a cheese-based dip with sausage in it and different things. Man, it sounded amazing.
Yeah. What about, I'm going to take this at number 4. Quesadillas.
I love a quesadilla. I don't want to burst your bubble though. Isn't it just a
grilled cheese?
Mexican grilled cheese?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I was. The beautiful thing about a quesadilla, I mean, you're right. It's a Mexican grilled cheese, but the difference, I think that where you could differentiate it is a tortilla. But
sure,
you can also put stuff in a quesadilla, and it's still a quesadilla.
Yeah.
So you can do a chicken and cheese quesadilla. You can do shrimp. You can do steak. You can do a bacon. You can do a breakfast quesadilla. Just endless.
The world is your oyster when it comes to quesadillas.
Absolutely, different sauces are in there. You dip a quesadilla.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can dip it in a chipotle sauce or a salsa, sour cream, guacamole. A cheese quesadilla and cheese dip is delightful. But I mean, again, this is one of those things, kind of like a lot of these things, like a grilled cheese, like a mac and cheese, like a cheese dip, like a pizza. All of these age with you. Like when you go to a Mexican restaurant, your kid, the first thing they're going to get is a cheese quesadilla.
Cheese quesadilla.
And it just goes with you. You graduate up. You can do nicer ones and better ones, and it just grows with you.
I want to address Taco Bell.
Camera's right there. Please address Taco Bell.
We've had our beefs with Taco Bell.
No pun intended.
Over the years. And there is nothing that really just gets my dander up with Taco Bell more than your ridiculous and excessive price gouging when it comes to quesadillas.
This is his party platform. He's the quesadilla party.
It has fewer ingredients than really anything else they are making.
That's very true.
And they are charging, I think, one of the last times I looked, maybe they have something different on the menu, but for just that item itself, they're charging more for a quesadilla than any other thing that has more filling in it.
And they tend to skimp.
So
your 2 edge pieces, the littlest trace amount of cheese in them.
And the amount of meat that they put into a quesadilla?
Travesty.
Erica ordered a chicken quesadilla and held for the record, I like the taste of a Taco Bell chicken quesadilla.
They're great.
Or a steak quesadilla.
Absolutely.
They're good. But I will not order them just because of what you get for the price that you have to pay for them.
Absolutely.
So a few weeks ago, Erica had gone through there and she had picked one up for the baby. And she held that jalapeno sauce out of it. So it was just the chicken and the cheese. And it was like almost $7. And I think she got me one of those $2 grilled chicken Chipotle burritos. And she got one of her.
Stuffed to the brims.
I said, do you realize our 1-year-old son, his was over 3 times as expensive And he can't eat an entire quesadilla.
Well, that's the dad tax. You get the rest of it.
I took my freaking dad tax out of it for sure. I told her, I said, they have like a $1 cheese roll up.
That's true. Yes.
And she's like, oh, I didn't know that. I was like, don't ever buy him a chicken quesadilla again. But then even when I got my portion of it, it didn't have the jalapeno sauce inside that I like. It was just chicken and cheese. But I pull it out and it's like this thick.
Yeah.
And it was $7.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, we have a Mexican restaurant here in town called El Almacén.
Yes.
And you order a certain fajita dish and it comes with free cheese quesadilla.
Oh, I don't guess I've had that.
Oh, man.
Oh, I got to try that then.
Yeah. It's delicious because it's a great quesadilla.
Woo.
Because this is an authentic Mexican place. They're making the tortillas fresh and you get good cheese in there. And you get the difference between this and a Taco Bell is you're also getting the taste of the oil that they're using to griddle it on.
Yes.
And you don't get that at Taco Bell.
No.
That's just going in a toaster oven.
Yeah.
But a quesadilla is special. If you get a good quesadilla, it's very special.
I love a quesadilla. In fact, the other night when we were over here, we had fajitas.
Yes.
But my original pitch to Erica was we should make quesadillas.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, they're really good. But she's like, you want to eat them when they're hot and fresh. And she's like, it may just be more difficult to put those together. So I got it. But the leftover fajitas that we took home the next day, you know what I did?
Oh, yeah.
I made a quesadilla out of that.
It's an easy go-to. It's like a grilled cheese.
Yes.
It does not take long to make. If you got tortillas and you got cheese.
I think they're faster to make than a grilled cheese sandwich.
Honestly, you're not wrong because you just heat up a griddle or a pan and just throw it in there and it's done. So quesadilla, number 4 for me. We both have one spot left. I know what my number 3 is for sure, unless you take it.
I am taking. Can I take chips?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you are because that's one that was going to get left out.
I'm going to take chips, unless I think of something that you say that jogs my memory better. But cheese chips,
Cheetos,
crunchy or puffs.
I'm a crunchy.
So
boy.
am I.
Yeah. The puffs are good, but I can't eat a lot of them.
What about cheese balls?
Balls are also good, but I put them with the puffs. I just can't eat too much. The reason why is because when I put them in my mouth, I push them up against the roof of my mouth. And after, about 2 minutes of that, the top of my mouth is raw. Or you do the sucking method where you just sog them up.
Yep. What do you think the number 1 cheese flavored chip is?
I mean, it's got to be Cheetos. It's got to be Flamin' Hot Cheetos, probably. Right?
You think?
Maybe.
I don't have the statistics in front of me.
Nacho cheese Doritos also very good.
That's what I was going to guess was Doritos.
But I would think. I mean, we might be able to find out. List off some other chips, and I'll look it up real quick.
I did have a Ranker article here on the most delicious cheddar flavored chips, and in that one, Ruffles cheddar and sour cream came in number 1, and I do love a Ruffles cheddar and sour cream.
Those are very good. Those, honestly, that's not wrong. That might be the cheesiest chip.
Second was the Sun Chips Harvest Cheddar, which I also like.
I'm not a big Sun Chip fan.
Are they too sweet for you?
I don't know. I've never enjoyed them. I don't know why.
Pringles came in number 4 with cheddar cheese. I just want to know why. Pringles are awful.
They're not great.
I've had Pringles in the last year, and they just, I don't know. They taste like a cardboard can.
I would. Lauren likes baked chips for some reason, and she had one the other day, and I tasted it, and they're not great. I don't like baked chips, and they do remind me of a Pringle.
Yep.
Pringle also tastes like a baked chip, and it probably is. I don't know that they're fried.
Have you ever had these TGI Fridays potato skins?
Very good.
I like those.
Those are very, very good.
Those are good.
I never think about those. You don't always see them.
You don't see them a lot.
But you do at like gas stations a lot. That's where I typically get them.
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its are good. I don't know. Cheez-Its, Cheese Nips, Goldfish, those are all a little bit too dry.
Well, they're crackers.
They're just drier than I want them to be. Every time I get them, I like the flavor of them, but I'm always disappointed because they're just dry.
What about some of those, like a Ritz cracker or something, and they put the cheese in between them?
Yes, those are really good. Basically sandwiches,
Yeah.
crackers.
Mm-hmm. Did you find anything on the...
I didn't find anything.
I know that we've had it before in some of our episodes where we've talked about most popular things, and I feel like Doritos and Cheetos hands down are the top two.
Doritos is the more popular chip brand. I saw that, but as far as like just specifically what's the cheesiest, they didn't say.
Who has the better commercials?
I don't see commercials anymore. Back in the day, it was Doritos.
Doritos had some good ones.
Yeah.
I mean, Chester Cheeto was a good.
As far as iconic or icons, like mascots, yeah.
And I do like the Cheez-It commercials. Cheez-It has some pretty
Cheez-It
solid.
is good, yeah.
They have some solid cheesy commercials. So I'm gonna take chips.
I like it. Before I mention my number 3, which I'm tempted to move some things around, I want to mention just pasta in general.
Ooh.
We talked about mac and cheese, but there's a lot of great pasta dishes out there that incorporate cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, you make pastas in wheels of cheese, you know.
This is true.
Those are fantastic. Alfredo,
lasagna.
Just the list goes on, and I feel bad not including that in this. That seems sacrilege not to put it in here. But my number 3. Maybe it's.
I guess it's not.
It's not meant to be.
It's not meant to be.
There we go. Cheesecake. We're going to let him have time to process. He's trying to figure out, is this worthy or not? A, it's got cheese in the name. It's got cheese in it. I'm just saying. Argue with it. Go for it.
I guess that I love cheesecake.
Yeah. I don't think you can go wrong. I think you got to include it. Cheesecake is decadent. It's creamy. It's delicious. I think I'm going to move it to 4 though. Just the way so I'm going to rearrange real quick. I'm going to move grilled cheese to 1.
I think that grilled cheese is iconic enough to be a number 1.
And I'm going to move
something that we didn't mention is just string cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I love a string cheese. According to Sport, if you love cheese, here's the best snacks for you. Number 1, Tillamook medium cheddar cheese snacks. So just the little squares of cheese. Number 2, string cheese. 3, Airplane the movie. Number 4.
What?
Airplane the movie. It's truly the cheesiest movie of all time.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 4, cheddar and sour cream Pringles. I don't know about that. Number 5,
not Pringles.
Annie's rich and creamy classic cheddar.
They consistently put Annie's at the top, near the top, and there's not much of Annie's that I've enjoyed.
I don't know if I've ever had anything of Annie's. Crunchy cheddar jalapeno Cheetos. Now, those are good.
Yes, those are very good. Those were my favorite for a hot minute.
TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks.
Actual sticks.
Yeah.
Frozen food aisle.
And I guess that they only did 7 things. So there's your list, and only 6 of them were actually cheese.
Yeah.
So
they worked hard on that. Thanks for doing the work for us. Okay, are we missing anything?
Wow.
Baby Bell cheese. I like the Baby Bell cheeses.
I like those.
Those are very good. I mean, we could just talk about cheese as well. Just straight up cheese.
Yeah.
Just straight up cheese didn't make the list as the cheesiest food.
I think it's a given. You know. At the Brazilian steakhouses, they have those little cheesy bread bites, cheese-filled bread bites.
Mm-hmm.
Those are phenomenal.
Stuffed crust pizza.
Okay, and I took pizza, and I didn't even get to talking about stuffed crust because I didn't mean to talk about stuffed crust pizza. That was the other part of my party platform for running for president was there was no charge for extra cheese, and all pizza should be stuffed crust. I mean, it's just, thank you.
Absolutely. All pizzas. Let's see. What else? I feel like we're missing something.
Scallop potatoes. That's a cheesy dish.
There's a lot of good potatoes, ways to do potatoes.
Broccoli cheddar soup. We didn't even talk about cheesy soup.
About soups. Yeah,
you have beer cheese soup.
Yeah.
Broccoli cheddar.
Loaded potato.
Loaded potato soup. What else is there?
Cheese soup.
Yeah.
Which I guess you said beer cheese soup. Also with dips, pimento cheese dip.
Pimento cheese.
Yeah.
And if you think you don't like pimento cheese,
give it another try.
Don't buy the container of just orange stuff from the store.
Very true.
Either find someplace that's making their own pimento cheese, or it's really incredibly easy to make at home, and it is just light years difference from that orange stuff in the jar. Like pimento cheese on a burger, pimento cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich. I've never done that, but I bet that would be good.
I bet it would too.
Cheese balls.
I know Chick-fil-A did the pimento cheese chicken sandwich that was very, very good.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Cacio Pepe. Kind of mentioned pasta. That's one I meant to mention. Yeah. I think we covered most of it. A caprese salad.
Ooh. That's healthy.
It is healthy.
Fresh mozzarella is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we covered our bases. I feel good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bracket this bad boy out.
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
How do you want to do the criteria here? You can only have one? Only one can last forever?
Yeah, that's probably what we need to do.
So you can only have one of these cheese. Which one would you rather have for the rest of your days? I think an easy way... Or do we just want to go straight up, what is the cheesiest?
Let's do that.
Okay.
I guess.
We don't know.
What does that even mean?
We make this up as we go along. All right. Number one. Cheesy items bracket. Number one, mac and cheese versus cheesecake. 3, 2. Oh, my pen's on the wrong one.
Mac and cheese.
And cheese. Cheese dips versus quesadillas.
Woo.
This is a tough matchup.
Woo.
3, 2, 1. Dips. Really hard, but I got to go dips. If I can only have one for the rest of my days, I'd much rather have that. Grilled cheese versus chips. 3, 2, 1. Grilled cheese.
Chips.
Was that your impression of a bird, or did you choose chips?
I chose chips.
Okay.
Talk me into grilled cheese. I want to go to grilled cheeses, but then I'm thinking, okay, we can't. We're saying no more Doritos, no more Cheetos, no more Cheez-Its, no more cheese, any kind of chips.
It's true.
But I eat a lot more cheese chips than I eat grilled cheeses.
The grilled cheese, man, just think about a grilled cheese real quick.
I know.
So much more cheesy.
You're right.
You can have other types of chips.
You're right. You're right. It's grilled cheese.
Okay. Finally, we have cheese curds versus pizza. 3, 2, 1. Pizza.
When I think of a cheesy pizza, go to the Wild West Saloon and Pizzeria in West Yellowstone. They have the absolute, cheese pull over 2 feet long, just gobs of cheese,
wow.
Incredible pizza.
The Ninja Turtles pizza?
Yeah.
When I think of a pizza,
so
when I think of a good pizza, I think of the Ninja Turtles pizza. It's got the right amount of cheese pull. It just looks delicious. Why does it look so good? Is it because of the cheese?
Yeah, it's the cheese.
It just looks incredible. I can't explain it, but the Ninja Turtle pizza is the most appetizing looking pizza I've ever seen in my life. Okay, next up, mac and cheese versus cheese dips. 3, 2.
Right, whoa.
Cheese. Mac and cheese v cheese dips. So you're talking gooey, noodly, cheesy, baked, non-baked, panko topped versus smooth and creamy versus queso and rotel dip and pimento cheese and fondue
And spinach artichoke.
and spinach artichoke.
This is not easy.
It's not. You want to save that? You want to move to the next one and come back to that?
Let's move to the next one and come back.
Okay, this one's super easy. Grilled cheese versus pizza.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Pizza. All right. Mac and cheese versus cheese dips. We got to make the call. We got to make the decision. This is what we get paid to do. We don't get paid.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Mac
cheese
and
dips.
cheese. Okay.
You're really aggressive with it.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a hard day. Okay. I mean, the same reason you were debating. I eat more cheese dips.
Then mac and cheese.
There's more variations of it. There's so many good options. You can get dang near close to a mac and cheese with a dip. It's really, really close. But for me, it's like a half a point edge toward dips.
Okay. Yeah.
You're changing? Or are we going to the cards?
Would you rather be baptized in mac and cheese or cheese dip?
Well, depends on the temperature of both. If this
You
is
know,
a
like a
pimento cheese or a steaming hot bowl of mac and cheese, then I'm choosing pimento.
all the cheese is going to be at the temperature of a not a bubble bath. What do you call them things on the back porch? A hot tub. It's like a hot tub of cheese. Mac and cheese or cheese dip.
I mean, probably a cheese dip then, because I can just get a queso that's smooth and creamy and I don't have to worry about the noodles.
You don't think it'd be fun to be baptized in noodles?
I mean, I'd like to experience it, I guess, but like...
Is there a religion anywhere that's
Also
baptizing?
I also don't want noodles in my noodles, so... That's just where my mind went, sorry. Sorry if you're driving in the car with your kids. Sorry to talk about my noodle, but that's just... And my mom listens to this. I'm sorry, Mama.
Oh. You're not afraid of some jalapenos, though, in the cheese dip?
I mean, you're not wrong there either. I don't know why we got to this point. Why
I'm trying to decide which one I'm going with.
How did we get to this point?
I thought that baptism in one of them might present itself as the easier option.
Guess what? It didn't. Maybe it did. Did it? Did that help you out any?
No.
Didn't think so.
Okay, let's count to 3 again.
Okay.
Count to 5.
All right. 5.
Are we doing a scale of 1 to 100?
I don't know. That depends on
Let's
on
go.
you.
No. Let's go 1 to 10.
Yeah,
let's do the 1 to 10.
We haven't done that first.
Yeah.
You acted like you were hedging, so I wanted to give you the chance. I'm just gonna stick firm. Mac and cheese 1 to 10.
Mac and cheese 1 to 10.
3.
Hang on. What mac and cheese are we having?
Any of them. Whichever one you want. Same thing with dips. Mac and cheese.
You like lobster.
Ooh.
You love a lobster mac and cheese.
Ooh.
You love brisket. Think of a brisket mac and cheese.
Oh, man.
Are you telling me that a cheese dip?
You might have.
This is why I'm struggling.
Okay, I didn't go that angle with it. That's a great point. But you could put brisket in a cheese dip as well. Lobster, you can do lobster in a cheese dip. You can do a lobster cheese.
I've never seen a lobster cheese dip, and I've never seen brisket cheese dip.
You can do it, surely. Mac and cheese. 3, 2, 1, 9. Dips. 3, 2, 1, 9.
We got nowhere.
Yeah, I knew it. We if we're gonna do this, we got to go to 100. We need. It's gonna be that close. Mac and cheese. 3, 2, 1, 95. Math. 90, 95, 96. Carry the 1, 7, 11, 18, 191. All right, dips. 3, 2.
Hey, hang on.
Okay. I'm hanging.
Don't count so fast.
You double checking the math?
No, I'm just thinking.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 92. Woo. If my math is mathing,
That's 184.
mac and cheese. Mac and cheese takes it. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Yes, it does.
Mac and cheese versus pizza. 3, 2, 1. Mac and cheese. Congratulations. I knew the winner of mac and cheese and dips was probably going to win it.
Why? Why did it win? Why didn't pizza win?
Because it's just cheesier.
Is it though?
Yes. It's in the name. Mac and cheese.
Cheese pizza.
That's one type.
It's the best part of pizza.
Yes.
Have you ever seen those people that don't eat cheese on their pizza? It's weird.
It's what makes a pizza. That's for sure.
Like if I couldn't have cheese on my pizza, I'm not eating pizza.
That's true.
Cheese is the best part of it.
Yeah. And I think it's a worthy top 3. But I think mac and cheese, when you're talking about the cheesiest foods,
Okay.
I feel good about mac and cheese being the one. You even said so yourself when you picked it. It was the penultimate.
I know. That was an hour ago.
All right. Well, let's figure this part out.
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
Hi, Internet. It's your pal Craig. That's Aaron. We ask the important questions like, is mac and cheese or Steven Spielberg better?
Yeah.
We have to decide this. Nobody else can decide it but us. Which would you rather have, mac and cheese or Steven Spielberg movies? That's the question today.
Would you rather
Yes. Waiting on a question here.
Would you rather eat mac and cheese with Steven Spielberg?
Or,
Oh yeah, there's the other part to that.
because if that's all of it, then yes, I would love to eat mac and cheese with Steven Spielberg.
Would you rather eat mac and cheese with Steven Spielberg and be lactose intolerant
Oh.
and hang out with him for the rest of the afternoon? Or
Him be lactose.
definitely him, man.
Or
I hadn't got there yet. What's another good or?
be vegetarian and hang out with Matt Pittman.
Oh, I would choose then. I would have to eat mac and cheese and hang out with Steven Spielberg because I don't want to be vegetarian
No.
and hang out with Matt Pittman.
No. It's Meat Church, by the way, if you don't know.
I would absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I could eat mac and cheese with either one of them, probably eat mac and cheese with Matt Pittman.
Would you really?
I think so.
I'd want to sit down with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, that's probably good. Probably a good call.
Yeah. All right. We mac and cheese or Steven Spielberg. 3, 2, One
Mac and
Steven
cheese.
Spielberg. Make the case for me. Bring me around.
There's lots of other good movies, lots of other good directors. I don't want to live life without mac and cheese. I really don't.
Okay.
As a kid, you didn't know Steven Spielberg. You didn't know nothing about him, but you like mac and cheese.
That's a great point. You don't know who the director is most of the time. Okay. Mac and cheese. I can do that. Mac and cheese. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. We went through it. And we came out the other side. Look at that. We're still alive.
Eat enough of this mac and cheese, you won't be.
I mean, that's true. But have some today. Go have some mac and cheese at some point this week. Maybe not today. You may already have some.
Just don't get into like mac and cheese alternatives, like cauliflower noodles with a with a vegan cheese sauce.
Speaking of somebody who has done keto before, okay, and occasionally goes back to it from time to time, can we stop making cauliflower the default substitute for everything? It's not the same. It's just not. Why are we putting cauliflower as rice and as a pizza crust and all that? Just stop it already. Can we just eat other things? Don't make that as a substitution in all your different stuff. It's just not as good. Anybody who says it is as good is just lying.
Exactly.
To try to sell their product or to try to make themselves feel better. It's not as good. So just stop it. Rant over.
I agree. I endorse that.
As your vice president.
That's our platform that we're running on. Extra cheese.
It's the
stuffed crust.
You know, you got the Democratic Party. You've got the Republican Party. Welcome to the pizza party, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
We are the pizza party. Brooks Woodson Pizza Party 2024.
Man, that would be such a great
We need to make some T-shirts.
party platform, a party name, the pizza party.
Yeah, pizza party.
There's so much you could do with that.
There is.
And I think the climate's right for
We need a pizza party.
a third party to finally, come in and break up
You're telling
this
me
two-party system.
all these new Gen Zers that are starting to vote, this is probably the first election for a lot of Gen Zers. If you told them there was a party called the Pizza Party, you don't think we'd get their vote by default? I think we would. Who wouldn't want to support the pizza party?
I don't know. We're going to have Steven Spielberg in this.
Yep. Free stuffed crust. Free extra cheese.
Campaign events are going to have pizza at them.
Absolutely. And not the bad pizza either. We're going to pick good pizza.
Good pizza. Not Totino's.
No. Not Totino's. Unless it's pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls.
Why are Totino's pizza rolls and pizza so wildly different?
Somebody said that you can unroll a Totino's pizza roll and it's the same thing. No, it is not.
No.
It's not remotely close.
Very different things.
Totino's pizza belongs in the trash.
It is awful.
It's the worst.
But pizza rolls somehow are delicious.
There's two different factories.
As your candidates for the pizza party, we will get to the bottom of that. We will figure it out. We will hold Totino's accountable.
There will be congressional hearings.
This is true.
Why are your pizzas so bad and your pizza rolls so good? Let's get to this.
Yes. These are the issues. These are the issues Americans want to know about. Healthcare, we'll figure that out later. You won't need it after eating so much pizza.
Oh, you'll be dead.
That's true.
But what a way to go.
It's true.
What a way to
With
go.
all that stuffed crust, I mean, come on.
It was a pizza party. And that's what we will call funerals. Pizza parties.
Ooh, yes.
All of life will just be pizza party.
Instead of being in the ground, you go into a pizza oven.
And a pizza oven. So we cremate you.
Oh, my gosh.
Cemeteries will just be, like round things like pizzas that you sprinkle the ashes over. It's like a Parmesan dusting.
You've got the elephant. You've got the donkey. We've got Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
That's our mascot.
A rat.
A rat. A pizza rat.
A pizza rat. He's our mascot.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. You're welcome. Vote for the
Pedro.
pizza party. For Pedro. You got anything else?
Nope.
All righty. Well, for the best things, I'm Vice Presidential Candidate Craig.
I am the presidential candidate, Aaron.
We'll talk at you next
Thanks
time.
for listening to the Best Things Podcast. If you liked today's episode, subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening now. And remember, connect with us on the socials at Best Things Pod, and you may hear your take on an upcoming episode.